visitor sideline, Pete Carroll, the coach of the Raiders. His guys holding their own, 6-2 over their last 8. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
And the Broncos first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing Nix. And he's caught by Valen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, here's Nix. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. Still going inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 43 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Williams. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Williams again. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
They're going. It's Nix. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Ashton Genty with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffling. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass.
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. 63 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Now Smith. Forced out to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That's an early scrambler that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they've already...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Raheem Mostert from 4 yards out. And the Raiders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Broncos offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. We'll get that complete to Velo. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
8-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down at the 33-yard line.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
To throw is Nix. Over the middle, he finds Velo. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
2nd down at the Raiders' 42-yard line.
Nix to the air. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now it's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Evan Ingram, 42 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Marvin Mims deep for Denver. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Nix from the shotgun. Got him, and he hits him in stride. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Working out of the gun is Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still going. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 52 yards. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Gino. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton getting set for their next drive. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum, because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Here's Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Geno. And he hits him in stride. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
On gain of 6. And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 49.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Throwing down, and it's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for Broncos. First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Back to throw, Smith. That's to Bash over the middle. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Smith now to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's A.J. Cole now to pump this one away. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Taken at the 37. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Their home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with great starting field position, one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back to throw. Nix. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Sutton. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
31-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Open man, and again it's Sutton. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll look to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark, because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now offer a little bit of encouragement, because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignments, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football and defense, too, against a team that runs these RPOs because everyone has to be in the right place. Who's getting the quarterback? Who's getting the running back? Who's covering the receivers? This will work quite well on that play.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Smith. It's Myers again with another catch. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
A gain of 7 brings up second down.
Second and a couple.
35-yard line.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now it's Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. To throw, here's Nix. Oh, there's that man again, it's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 42-yard line.
Throwing Nix. That is caught by Valen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Operating from the gun, Nix into the hands of Perry, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Nix looking to throw again. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete to Velo. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now they'll audible to something else. Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. They work now on 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
To throw is Nix. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again. And this time he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, And we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was capped off by the Kyron Williams touchdown run. Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 50, it's Smith. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Throwing again is Smith. They'll hit Mostert again here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down at the Broncos' 35-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Gino now to throw. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. He's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Smith throwing again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Desperation time for Smith on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They juked him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Nix to the air. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Nix. Completes it to Perry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Broncos first down.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD, but of course that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points, and my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of the national. Well, the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Smith. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
First down, Raiders.
Throwing is Smith. No throw here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
To kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A beautiful fake. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw is Smith. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Raiders on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is third down and 12. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that pressure gets to him again. Nick Bonito. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Brings up second down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. They run it again with Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Third and 2.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. And he fends him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
The Broncos send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Throwing now is Gino. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Broncos, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.